guys, Smarty here, and welcome back to Smarty's Untitled Review Show. I know, it's been like for fucking ever since I've done one of these, but I am actually right now in the process of packing up. I'm going on vacation, like in a matter of hours. I'm going to Connecticut, but I figure I can squeeze in a review vlog sort of thing for you guys. So yeah, last night I started actually playing the Destiny beta because apparently it became free access for everybody on every console except for PC. Why the fuck is it not on PC? That's the main question. So, as you guys know, there's, like, when it comes to everybody, everyone has their favorite developer. Mine, however, is Bungie. Like, anything Bungie has done, I will buy. Like, I know, give an example, some people like BioWare, some people like Bethesda. Mine is just fucking Bungie all the way. No matter what they churn out, I will always buy whatever the fuck they have to serve out. When I found out that the Destiny beta was basically available to everyone, I was interested, to say the least. So, I spent a little bit of time, and I have to say, I fucking needed this. Thank you, Bungie. This was fantastic, but let me go in depth a little bit to explain why I liked it so much. And if you don't know what Destiny is, allow me to tell you. Destiny is set 700 years into the future in a post-apocalyptic setting following a prosperous period of exploration, peace, and technological advancement known as the Golden Age. After an event known as the Collapse, it saw the mysterious end to the Golden Age. The only known survivors of the collapse are those living on Earth who were saved by the Traveler, a white spherical celestial body who's hovering over the last remaining human city in the world. The player takes on the role of the guardian of the city, and is tasked with reviving the Traveler while investigating and destroying alien threats before humanity is completely wiped out. Now, Destiny is one of those weird types of games because originally when it was first announced that it was coming out, I was in two minds because one, it wasn't really going to be the same as like Halo anymore. It's basically Activision contracting Bungie to do this project, and I didn't know how it was going to come out. I thought they were going to do something along the lines of like a Call of Duty clone, something of that nature. Though I would be so bold as to say that Destiny is basically a hybrid almost. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is it has this open world feeling like an MMO, but at the same time it really feels like a game like Borderlands where it's like this RPG shooter. Honestly, I really like that. It's almost like a toned down Borderlands, you can say, but something I noticed about it is it feels less like a Halo game. I mean, the old themes are there, a lot of the old stuff that you remember Halo for are there, like the Marty O'Donnell score, the various shots of space, the space travel, that sort of stuff is in there, but that's not the main reason. What I'm trying to say is, like, the gameplay itself, it feels a lot more open-ended. It feels different in the sense of, like, there's further exploration and there's a lot more you can do with it. And really, as much as Bungie has said, like in press conferences, and they've said in, well, not press conferences, they've said in VDocs and they've said in various other things that they want to make the game feel more alive. They really are making it feel more alive, because you can go pretty much, you get into the level, you go into one of the worlds, and it really feels like this post-apocalyptic world where there's nothing left for you, and it's only pretty much you versus the aliens, and, well, with the exception of, like, the guardians that travel with you, the characters who you get to play as, and basically the people who join you in the fight. It really feels like you're on your own. As for the gameplay mechanics, it feels more or less, it feels less like a Halo in that regards, and feels more like a Battlefield, or it feels more like a Call of Duty. Based on its controls and how it plays, it really does feel more like a Call of Duty type, but it's not as, like, Twitch shooter as you'd think. It really does stand out. It's like that equal balance that really works out for the game. And I like that a lot. If there's one thing I can say, if they plan on making a Destiny 2, I like the feeling of how it has the equal balance of like Twitch shooter and a shooter like Halo. So it's like that middle ground of the classic shooter games and the new shooter games. This was just a beta, so I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more work put into the final game, and they have like a couple months to do it, so good luck to them. My one question is, as much as I'm playing, like, okay, so with this game I'm playing it on the Xbox 360, I just want to say right now, why are people complaining that it looks like shit? Because as for a current gen game, I'm actually surprised it looks really good. I mean, I'd imagine those who have like a PlayStation 4 or a I imagine those who have like a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One and have played it on that can say, oh my god, it looks so much better with the 1080p and 60 frames per second. But for those of us who can't afford a next-gen console right now, you're fine. You're A-okay. It looks good enough for you to where you can play it and not be bothered. I was playing it for a good 4 hours, and I honestly could say I had no issues with it whatsoever. So if you're on the current gens, you're fine. So one other thing I want to talk about is the fact that I noticed this while I was recording. Well, I mean, I don't know if I saw it in the recording, but it feels like it's almost an MMO of sorts. And I noticed in the game that there are a lot of events that can be triggered in regards to like live events, community events, stuff like that you would see normally in like World of Warcraft, stuff like that, where you can walk around and all of a sudden something just happens. I like the fact that, I guess you could say like no two games would be different in that regard. Like I could be walking around and all of a sudden an event triggers and I have to like defend a point. It's basically this idea of like the pure chaos and the sheer chance of the game that something like that's gonna happen. And honestly, I want to see more of that in the game. I can't wait to see how that goes out, but I don't know how to describe it, because like, while you're playing the game, an event will trigger, and if you're there, it begins right away. You can go start the event, you can go do that, and other people can join into the fight as it's in the middle. And that's kind of cool. I really like that idea. Overall though, I want to say that I think the Destiny beta really got its point across, and it really is. I'm probably gonna pre-order it. This game looks way too fun to just like ignore. Even if it's gonna be like, if I don't have a PS4 by the time it comes out, and I would be shocked if I didn't have a PS4 by then. But honestly, I would say go pre-order the game. It's really good looking. It's really fun. If you get a chance, try and get in on the beta, even though it's like, even if you have a current gen console, it's all access now. You can go on there. It ends, I believe, the 27th. You got a couple of days to go try it out, so go ahead and give it a shot, guys. That's it for this episode of Smarty's Untitled Review Show. I know it's very short notice, but I'm kind of packing now for fucking Connecticut. Hang on, I'll show you really quick. I'm kind of packing at the moment for Connecticut, and I kind of need to go and whatnot. So, with that said, hopefully I can have more of these episodes out. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. This is Smarty, signing off. Bye, guys.